So we've got Flo here. What's going on, everyone? Dave K here. Today, flying over Epcot and away from Epcot to check out some of the Pop Century Art of Animation and some of those resorts on Disney property. Looking forward to checking them out. It's been a long time since I've really spent a lot of time at them, so let's see how it goes. Now flying over the Riviera Lake here, kind of between Riviera, Caribbean Beach, and a couple of the others, as we make our way.
Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner.
We're at the halfway point at Caribbean Beach for the Skyliner between Art of Animation and Epcot. Look at this crowd to go to Epcot. Wow, definitely a busy day here for the gondolas as well. I'm not really sure what's happening here. It kind of looks like the line that you typically see for the Art of Animation is closed. So not sure how we're going to be boarding this one, but definitely, again, very crowded, lots going on out here, lots of interference, and that one doesn't seem to be moving. And here we are, that line is open. So now we're on board those gondolas. Not sure what was going on earlier with that line being empty. Maybe just nobody's heading to the resorts, everyone's heading to the parks. So hopefully it'll be nice and quiet in the resorts today. We shall see. And I'm looking forward to doing a deep dive into the Art of Animation Pop Century here, taking a closer look at some of the items available there, because it's been a long time since I've taken the time to check those out. I don't think I've ever done a deep dive there, so we'll see how that goes. First stop, the Pop Century up ahead here, and I'm thinking about it and I realize I have been here. I have spent some time at the Pop Century. We got to check out some of the arcades and that sort of thing, but again, there's still some details here I'm sure we haven't seen, so we're gonna step in here, take a look at all of the fun activities and festivities to be seen. I can appreciate the colorful components, and it's celebrating the 20th century. So sounds like everything from 1900 to 1999. I don't know. I mean, that's the 20th century right there, right? So all kinds of theming throughout the decades. You may recognize this yo-yo top from a recent adventure to Pop Century, but it is still beautiful nonetheless. And of course, the decorations on these resort rooms, very nice all the way around. And you can see it's out of sight or heavy. I'm not really sure what that's all about. Maybe it's some classic musical or show like that, but again, nice theming with all those colors. It looks like some dancers from, again, probably a movie or a musical here on this building. Ahead, we've got this Play-Doh tub, modeling compound here, nice Play-Doh tub. On the opposite side, we have Baloo. We've checked out that one in the past, so I want to show you the new stuff over here. But that side has Baloo, and you've got some of those characters from the Jungle Book. Definitely love this theming here. Awesome photo opportunities with, I didn't even notice, the elephant and the giraffe on top. Very, very nice. Another thing I can appreciate about the resort right now is it's nice and quiet. If you saw the first part of today as Epcot Adventure, Hollywood Studios Adventure, you'll see both of those parks were extremely crowded, whereas this afternoon at the resorts it seems nice and quiet, which is nice. Very interesting to see, though. I never noticed this before. At this resort, it seems like the pool is totally empty. I'm not sure they're doing some sort of work or construction, but it seems like they've drained it here at the Pop Century. I'm really, really interested and surprised to see that. But now we know what that looks like. Wow, I wonder if they're doing maintenance or something. One observation I've made here and one I have not. This is that Pop entrance that we normally walk up to, and we saw those buildings with the different themed characters. Here's the 70s and the 80s as you walk down that way. But I don't think I've noticed before on this side the 50s and the 60s, and I imagine it continues to make its way around. Look at that tie-dye 60s there, the 50s with more of those solid colors. Very nice theming, and you've got this pedals bar here as well. So some of these details I hadn't noticed in the past at Pop Century. Stepping into the shopping and dining section over here, which we've been in the past, I want to grab myself some water. It looks like it might be closed here too, or at least very, very quiet. So nice that the crowds are low, but I'd love to be able to grab a cup of water, just stay hydrated on our resort adventure. Looking around at the dining options here at the Pop Century, it looks like we caught a very unique time. Please join us for dinner at 4 p.m. is listed here, so they're still prepping between meals here. But you can see some food options are available over here. We've got chicken parm and other pasta options and kids meals at this kind of pizza counter here. Up ahead of us on this side, I think there's burgers and sandwiches as well, so nice to see a variety of options. Applewood smoked bacon cheddar sounds delicious for a burger. I wonder if it would taste quite as good as it sounds, but definitely a large dining venue here. Lots of options all around. Sandwiches, again, here on our right. Nice to see the options here. And here's a bit of the merch in the merch shop. Oh, look at this. I've seen the Mickey gloves before, but I hadn't seen those Stitch gloves. I like those Stitch gloves. The little claws right on them right there. Very, very nice. Books Frozen, Mickey Minis. Let the Memories Begin. We got all kinds of stickers around. Here's princess pens. Looks like princess pens down there. All the different princesses you might like. And I see some aliens and Mickeys and genies and other fun ones too. Of course, Stitch seems to be a prominent character here, and I can appreciate Stitch as a prominent character because he's definitely one of my favorites and a classic at this point. Have you noticed this artwork here on the walls at the Pop Century? Look at this. Skateboarding and rollerblading. You've got snowboarding, looks like kayaking, a lot of sports there. Classic music, look at this. You've got a cassette here. That's really funny. CDs, you know, you got the Compact Man, whatever you call it. The Panasonic over there is really funny to see that they're integrating a lot of these older generations and sort of displaying what was common and popular at the time. You know, for me, Game Boy right there. Gotta love that Game Boy. Oh, the Dreamcast. Sega Dreamcast. Great console. I really enjoyed those. And then you've got some Pokemon cars. Oh, I love Pokemon as well. I'm making myself sound pretty old here, perhaps. But nice to see all these things. Oh, there you go. Compact laptop. Here's the technology section. The Internet for Dummies. Yes. Oh, TI-81 before those graphic calculators we use these days. There's a Sony camcorder in there. Are you able to see this all? I hope so. And continuing upward, look at that. Lean, Mean, Fat grilling machine. All kinds of stuff. Sushi, McDonald's, Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast. Wow, I like this theming. It just kind of spans a lot. And behind the check-in counter, you can see they've got the years listed on different counters. Like that's 1990s up here. I think this is 80s because that's 70s and 60s, 50s back on our left. And you can see the pictures in the background kind of correspond to the year and what was popular at the time, what was being used. You can see people carrying around music players or people on landline phones, maybe using classic computers. Interesting to see how they're integrating those pictures with the years at the check-in counter as well. We saw a lot of these classics from the previous years. Here's a little Sesame Street right there. But did you see this? What Disney looked like back in the 1900s. You've got Snow White here, a pictorial souvenir of Disney World. Disney World, the first decade. Look at those classic Disney World tickets. A back scratcher, Mickey back scratcher. Nice. I love this giant news article too. Look at that with a Mad Hatter in there. Really, really attractive. Now, a lot of the artwork and decorations have been different than I remember, so I'm wondering, is this the same arcade that I remember, or is this a different resort in total? So let's find out. So it looks like this arcade is similar to the one I remembered. A lot of these games are definitely familiar ones. I'm wondering if they still have those classic arcade games in the back as well. But you can see a lot of these, I don't know, I'm calling them newer games from Disney Quest, but they're great ones. They're not extremely new, you know, they're not especially new games, but they're definitely newer than those classic arcade ones, right? Like these ones right over here is more or less exactly what I'm talking about, is your Joust or your Pac-Man, Galaga, you know, those sorts. And there's even a couple more back there. Nerf Arcade, very cool. This looks like a new arcade game back here, which is fantastic. Always nice to see some new stuff in the resorts. I'm gonna go ahead and hit exit game there, and we can take a look at the full list of games. You've got Joust here. You've got, what is this, Jungle Hunt? You've got Clax. I'm not super familiar with a lot of these. Cram, Landmark, and Landmaker, and The Legend of Cage here. Liquid Kids. Oh my gosh, so many games. Major Havoc, Multipede. I think we know Multipede, right? Definitely a classic one there. Missile Command. Oh, is that Paperboy? Whoa, Paperboy's on here. I'm shocked to see how many games are on this one. This is fantastic. Oh, Rampage. Oh my gosh, Rampage is on here. So many classics. You're familiar with that one. It plays different animals. There's so many great ones on here, Mike. You gotta check this one out. Yeah. So we're playing a bit of a Rampage. It's a classic one here. I've got this lizard guy. Mike's got that monkey guy. We're destroying these towns and cities. Yes, love this one. It's a great time, fantastic game. A little bit tricky with these controllers. I'm not sure. Maybe the controllers are out of date. I wouldn't envision this probably fair, but nice to be able to play it here. You can see we're having a great time. Whether it's spending time just hanging out or jumping in and playing games, I personally love to spend time in the arcade. One of my favorite things to do, you know, video games. So video games at Disney, all right, let's do it. And they've got a couple of air hockey tables here as well. You can see not sure if I've shared necessarily all of the games in here, but to give you a closer look at some of the variety, if you're more into those physical games, here's some air hockey. Back by the gondolas on the art of animation side of the resort here. Excited to take a closer look at the art of animation, some of their decorations. I think these are maybe the ones we saw more recently, more familiar with, but still nice to take a look. At the art of animation, we've got Nemo and friends with several creatures under the sea, and that play place we saw last time, if you remember, Crush and friends over here as well. And you can check that out a little bit if you'd like to as well in one of the many videos that I've shared with you of the art of animation. But here's the other side. Well, all right, again, just giving you a little bit of a look here today as well. And we'll take a closer look once we step inside, see some details maybe we didn't see last time, you know, be able to share in some new excitement of this resort. Out in the pool area here, we've got those jellyfish. I think one of the nicest details, in my opinion, of this pool area is those jellyfish. You can see them with the coral, and this pool is still full, I heard, as maintenance is being done on the other pool. But nice to be able to take a look at this one. Looks like a very large pool as well. Not quite swan and dolphin large, but really nice and a sizable pool there as well if you're staying at this resort. There's a lot of areas to check out around here, but at the same time, it's so cold today. Down that way, Lion King, the other way, Cars, and Ursula and Ariel. We might check that out on a future day, we'll see. But gonna check out definitely inside here today. This quick service venue here, a little bit smaller than the other one at the Pop Century, but still looks delicious, worth trying at some point. You can see a variety of sandwiches, burgers, and pizza and the like here as well. So we'll have to continue to make our way around and see what else is here. Look at this artwork around the dining area. You can see these benches right over here, and there's the artwork above a lot of that seating area, those waves and that sort of thing. Very natural feeling. It's a lot of nature involved. I'm not quite sure how this ties into the animation component, maybe into the world of the Lion King or something along those lines, talking about some of that animation, but really beautiful artwork all around. I like this as well. Take a look at that. On the ceiling, you can see this natural tree, almost a world of life, or maybe a tree of life type light above us, which is really nicely done with these benches, circular benches in the middle. I love the concepts here. Wow, and look at this cloud one over there. Oh my gosh. Another one I've never noticed is this cloud directly above this seating area right here is this cloud light. I like the variety in here and how it all reminds you of nature. And a larger merchandise shop here. Nice selections and variety available here, including some cool Loungefly bags behind the register over there if you're looking for those. And you've got some hats, you've got shirts and all kinds of other clothes. And look at those kind of paint cans that sit above the actual merchandise on every shelf. I like that as well. And these are indeed the halls I was envisioning last time here with the animation walls. Look at that, Cars, Nemo, all kinds of animation classics there. So this is the walls, this is the venue I was thinking about that we've seen a little bit more closely. Let's see how the Pixel and Play arcade compares to the arcade over at the Pop Century. You can see a lot of games around, actually a very familiar look to it. I think this arcade does have the same look as the other one, so I'm again wondering, was this arcade the one that I'd been to and the other one was new? Because again, I'm not sure how much is new here. Maybe the location of this Nerf arcade game. But see this one I don't think was in that other one we just came from. This Nerf arcade, I didn't think it was here. I just saw the Skylander somewhere. No, I think this one is different. I think it is different, but they're so similar, it's so hard to tell. Great games in here as well, similar size as well. But there's some minor details that are different about the two resorts. Skylander's Cloud Patrol here as well, but the screen is off, so that's maybe why I got confused on that one. But nice to see all the games available here today. Interesting to see here as well, the Pixel Play Arcade is open 24 hours. Very nice, and shirt and shoes required in case you're coming from the pool. Good notes to have if you're looking to play some games. So it appears the pool is called the Big Blue Pool, which makes a lot of sense. And over here, the bar, we have the drop-off. Oh, ho, ho. I definitely appreciate the theming to be very into the world of Nemo. And if you look at the texture of the building itself, it also has that similar light blues, dark blues, purples, yellows, and oranges. So definitely feel immersed in the world of Nemo and Friends, and you can see that's sort of a big one, just kind of stepping into the area. And I know there's different streets, and just coming up on right here, Radiator Springs, but there are different areas to check out, but this main area seems pretty nicely themed towards Nemo. I can definitely appreciate that. look at these seagulls from Finding Nemo up here as we are stepping off the Finding Nemo area and taking a quick look, not a super long look here, but a quick look at Radiator Springs, the world of the cars. Wow, really beautiful just at first impressions. I'm excited to see a little bit more. You can see there's a car right here actually in front of one of the buildings that has some of the rooms. That's fantastic. And there's plenty of signage in front of these buildings as well, but nice to see, for example, Doc Hudson right there as one of the many cars in this universe. Closer look at him right here. The Hornet, looks like he's got that imprinted on the vehicle. I like how this is a life-size car here with Doc Hudson. The eyes look so realistic as well. Definitely feels like you're in the world of that kind of desert, right? In the world where some of that racing, some of that training took place in cars, which I definitely appreciate. The buildings totally changed in theme, and we got Cozy Cone coming up. So we've got Flo here. Look at Flo, that's fantastic. We'll have to take a close look at this area in the future. Luigi's and a couple of others from that pit stop area, and we've got Ramon over here, that car with the flaming stripes on him in front of that Cozy Cone Motel. Mater way down that way. You can see a little bit of tow Mater, towing and salvage. Must be a building as well. Look at that lobby here in the office. I'm wondering if that's actually the lobby of the resort down this way, or if it's just a hallway that leads you to more rooms or something along those lines. And it looks like it's maybe just a hallway that leads you to some rooms or leads you to the pool there. But really well designed. I really like the theming of this resort. I'll tell you, overall, it's fantastic to walk around and see the different regions. Check out these Cozy Cones and Sarge's place back there in the pool area. Fantastic. I love that they've integrated the cones into the pool. The cones always make for fun theming, I feel like, in Disneyland as well, in that park. So I'm glad they've got the cones here. It also provides you some cover. If you are perhaps, let's say it's raining, or perhaps the sun is too hot, you've got cover in those cones while you're at the pool. So covered and uncovered areas with that cone theming is really fantastic. Up here, Fillmore's Organic Fuel, and look at the plants around him. They've even themed his plants to be kind of that whitish color, make them look more natural and organic, which is really, really nicely done. Fillmore's Organic Fuel, beautiful. This looks like maybe the main entrance, Wheelwell Hotel up there with, oh, look at there, we got our main racers. Right here by the front, we've got a Lightning McQueen here and friends in front of that Wheelwell Hotel or motel, or the motor court right here where you fill up on gas. Nicely themed again. Love that kind of desert vibe to it. Here's Sarge's surplus hut. Yes, you can see the den where he sells some cool stuff in the surplus hut. Right there makes for a great image as well. Definitely love that logo for his surplus hut. And in addition, you've got Sarge himself back here. Ooh, very nice. Makes for this. I feel like Sarge is one of the most beautifully themed cars here. Very, very nice to see Sarge hanging out here out of the Art of Animation. How are you, Sarge? I'm doing great, Dave. How are you? Thanks. I'm doing good. Thanks, Sarge. And don't forget, everyone, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay informed. Oh, thanks, Sarge. Thanks for... Oh, you know you must. For Dave K. And a closer look at one of the last regions, which we did see a bit of, but we didn't see at such a close sight and a close level, and I didn't get my pictures with, is Tow Mater's place. You can see Tow Mater right here, Radiator Springs. He's got an entrance to his part of the resort, and you gotta love, again, all the theming of all the cars in this area. Really well done, makes for a beautiful picture spots all around the resort, which is fantastic. And I feel like I must have, but did I not already show you Luigi's Casa della Tires? You've got a few of our favorite friends here from Luigi's Casa della Tires. I'm pretty sure this one's Luigi, and I'm having a hard time remembering what this guy's name is. But they're some of the cutest characters, I feel like. Some very attractive cars. You'll notice the brands are listed, which is funny as well. The Italian theming of these cars. Luigi's Casa della Tires sale over here as well. You know, I actually miss a lot that ride in Disneyland, which had Luigi's. That was a great ride. I enjoyed it a lot. But love to see that same Luigi theming here at Cars Land as well. Think Sheriff Slow, you won't get busted? Think again, because he's not rusted with rusties. That's what it says as we move our way forward. Love the theming here. Glad we had a chance to check out a little bit of the cars part of the resort. Fantastic time. Now stepping into the world of the Animal Kingdom, and you can see the African savannah is ahead here. Also several characters to meet along the way, which is very nice as well. Here's Rafiki to get us started in terms of characters to meet along the way. He's a huge, life size right there. It's about the same size as me, depending upon how you're standing, how he's standing, but very, very nice. And as we make our way around the mountain, you'll see on the other side the king of the mountain. Yes, it is Simba. We saw the safari themed buildings, but did you see the giraffe, the tree, the gazelles? It's definitely full of animals and nature here at the Lion King part. Check out Timon, Pumbaa, and Simba here a little bit younger, walking along that log and feeling Hakuna Matata. It means no worries. And you can see there are several buildings around us themed differently. This one's more of a rainforest jungle feel. The other one had some variety of colors. This one's all greens. We have the evil part of the Lion King here. We've got the hyenas, and look at the bones. Whoa, such bone structures. Much excite. We'll crawl through areas under there, under these bones, which is crazy. You've got a couple hyenas up on the mountain, and of course, would this really be the evil area without Scar? I was gonna say our friend Scar, but I mean, let's be honest, he's not a good guy in the story, so there he is. Last but not least, around this rock here, we have Zazu, the nice little bird here. And further down, it looks like maybe that's the aerial section, which I think we'll probably come back for another day here. But nice to see Zazu up on this rock. I love how all the characters are integrated, especially your favorites are integrated into the Lion King. All the main characters, or at least somewhat main characters, I feel like, are involved in a lot of these stories. Not necessarily all of the characters from all the stories, but a lot of them are around at a lot of these resorts here, which is really, really nice. Now making our way back to the gondolas to call it a night. Thanks so much for being a part of the adventure with me today. What did you think of today's adventure? If you liked it, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Let me know in the comments below if you've been to the Art of Animation or Pop Century, which you prefer, which one's your favorite, or your favorite places to stay. And if you haven't already, for more fun adventures, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay informed. And until next time, play on.